my favorite restaurant in Czech Republic. Yes, this is the seafood rice noodles. It's made of assortment of seafood and can be made when you want to treat yourself, family and friends, or you want to have lunch which is healthy and yummy. Before we start cooking, if you're new to this channel, I warmly welcome you. Why don't you hit on the subscribe button as well as the little bell so that whenever I post a new video, you will be the first to be notified. If you've already subscribed, thank you for staying with us. Now let's get cooking. For the exact quantities of the ingredients, please check the description box below. So I've got my eggs, my vegetables, and for the vegetables, I've got my mixed peppers, my onions, scallions, garlic and ginger, carrots, crab sticks, squid, my prawns, rice noodles, and my codfish. I'll begin by grating some ginger and mincing some garlic with my garlic crusher. This is totally optional, but I suggest you use it as it gives this food extra flavor. I'll then marinate all the seafood with some garlic and ginger which I just made, some soy sauce, black pepper, my vegetable seasoning, and some white pepper. I'll then mix it together and set it aside. And repeat the same process for the rest of the seafood. You can do it directly on the fire, but doing it this way heightens the unique flavors of the different seafoods, okay? So it's totally optional. You can marinate it and set it aside until you start the raw cooking, or you can do it on the fire. I'll then move on to prep my vegetables. As you can see, I'm cutting into smaller chunks my scotch bonnet pepper. This is also optional. If you don't like a lot of heat, you can skip it, or you can use lesser pepper, okay? I'll go ahead and chop the rest of the vegetables as you can see on the screen, and I enjoy this part because of the colors and the aroma of it, and it's healthy. Yes, you need all your vegetables, okay? As I prep my vegetables, I will set some water on fire to bring to a boil, which I'll use to prep my noodles. Done with the vegetables, now let's move to the noodles. Once the water comes to a boil, please turn it off. Do not cook the noodles. Transfer the noodles and spread it out with some tongs or anything that can act as tongs. You can also use a fork. So as you can see on the screen, I'm trying to separate it gently. Do not do it too hard or else it will crumb together. After 3 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and strain the hot water from the noodles and cool it off with some cold water, and make sure to strain all the water out so it doesn't get soggy. So depending on how soft you want it, leave it in the water until the consistency, but I go for this consistency, and now I'm separating it with my hands. And this ensures it doesn't stick together when frying. Now that the prepping is done and the vegetables are all out of the way, let's get into the raw cooking. In a piping hot non-stick pan, I'll transfer some butter and transfer all my shrimps. So at this stage, what I'm doing is to fry all the seafood separately, just to bring out all their individual flavors out. And this is the fun part, guys. Just look at that. I wish I could actually eat all before the food starts. Now I'm going in with my squid, and this is going to fry a bit longer. You don't have to clean the pot before you transfer the rest of the seafood, as you're using the same seasoning and it doesn't take anything away from it. So into the same place, I'm going to transfer my squid into it. And moving on, you need to be very fast about this, okay? Because you need your heat to be very hot. You can't fry on medium heat. So I'll transfer my butter again and then go in with my seafood sticks. On high heat again, I'm just turning them. You need to be very gentle about the sticks because it can easily tear apart and you don't want that. You need to see all of that in your stir fry. Now let's pave way for our fish by cleaning the pan just a little bit, okay? So it doesn't burn. I'm going to go in with some more butter. Now for this stage, or even all the ones I fried butter with, you can use any kind of oil you want, but I stick to butter as it gives a lot of flavor. Okay? So now the fish is in and I'm going in with the rest of the marinade. I'll let that fry for a bit on high heat just to get the inside to be more juicy than the outside. And now I'm turning it. So look at that, it looks crisp on the outside but very juicy on the inside, and the aroma, you should be here to smell it. Again, take note that I fried all the seafood individually to enrich its unique taste. In a piping hot wok, I'll transfer some oil and start frying my vegetables. I'll go in first with my carrots, which is harder, so you need to begin with that. And go in now with my onions and my mixed peppers. Fry them together and add some seasoning. You need to be very fast about this as you do not want it to burn and you do not want it to get soggy. So I added my vegetable spice, white pepper and black pepper, and I'm tossing it together like so. I'll fry it for about a minute and a half and set it aside as well. I'll go in with some more oil and then transfer my eggs. Fry it on high heat. The yolk is very good and non-stick, so it fries really perfectly. Now I'm going in with the harder part of my scallions and the rest of the ginger and garlic. Do not omit this, it's really aromatic. I went in with my pepper and I'm going in with the noodles now. You need to be very fast. You need to be your own little chef today. I'm adding my soy sauce now and in goes my fish sauce. I didn't mention all the sauces and seasonings I use because it's quite a lot and I didn't want to overwhelm you with all of it. Yeah, so this is what I've just mentioned. Now I'm trying to separate my noodles as I fry it. I went in with a noodle turner, whatever it's called, and seasoned it with some salt again. You have to taste to make sure you don't make it too salty. I'll fry it for about 2 minutes before adding back the other ingredients. The first ingredient to go in will be the vegetables. I set the eggs aside as well, okay? If you didn't see before, please take note I did that. So I'll fry that together for about 2 minutes more. Go in with my squid, which is a bit harder than the rest. I'll go in with the eggs now. Toss it together. Go in with the shrimps. Look at that, the colors and the aroma. I'm loving it. So just toss it around. Just as I said, be a little chef. Look at what I'm doing. Yes. When it's all ready, the scallions need to be the last thing to go in with the crab sticks, as it can tear easily and you don't want all the vegetables to be overcooked. Yeah, so just follow this step and you get a perfect seafood noodles. Now I'll just pour in all the marinade and the juices from the fish, but not the fish. That will be the last thing that goes in to prevent it from tearing apart. So yes, just toss it around, just play with it, just practice. Practice makes perfect. And now we are done. Look at the colors, and the fish is right there. Do you see it? The shrimps. Ooh, I can't wait to dig in. But if you don't want so much seafood, please don't be like me. You can use 1 or 2. It will turn out totally fine. So we are all done and it's time to go for the tasting. But before then, just see. Look at that. So nice in color, smells nice, and I'm sure it will taste even better. Now for tasting, I'll make sure I pick every piece so that I can give you a fair verdict.
This is so good. I can stop eating it. I just love the fact that I can taste everything in there. The heat, the seafood, I can taste the juices of the seafood in it, and that's what makes this recipe amazing. I love it. You just have to try it to know what I'm talking about. Amazing. If you do try this recipe, don't forget to send us or tag us in a picture on our Instagram at Debzies Delight. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, hit the notification button so that whenever I post a new video, you will be instantly notified. Until then, I love you all, but God loves you the most. Bye.